Today we're going to talk about Sidney Reilly. Not all information will be accurate since he was a spy and, well, he kind of had multiple personalities and stuff.
Okay, before he became a spy, Sidney Reilly, I mean, we don't know for certain. All the information he has given away and sources have gathered seems to be contradictory, and it's kind of ambiguous where he's born and when he was born. So he's born circa 1873, somewhere in Russia, and yeah, we think his last name was Rosenblum, but we're not certain. And a lot of sources also said he was from a Jewish family. I mean, Rosenblum is a Jewish last name, so that might be the case. Not sure. When he was 18 years old, we think, in 1892, he was caught in Britain. He was locked up in jail because he was caught with the Friends of Enlightenment, which was a which was a group which tried to influence political decisions. But he was released very quickly. So it is thought that he might have been an informant for the police even then. After he returned to Russia, his father told him that his mother was dead and that he might have been from another. His real father might have been someone else. Not sure if this is real, but this is what we read. And then he faked his death and moved to Brazil, where he did some odd jobs like working on the docks and cooking on a British intelligence mission. This also connects to how he became a spy, because at this expedition, he saved the expedition by shooting some attackers with a gun he stole from a British missionary. After this expedition, he moved to England, and he got a British passport, and he started living in Great Britain. He started a new company, the Ozone Preparations Company, which was a company that sold medicines, and he also got to work for a special in the network. He got to work as a part of intelligence for a special investigator at the special branch of Scotland Yard. And as we think, as part of this job, he got to know a new customer, Hugh Thomas. Hugh Thomas introduced him to his wife, and Sidney Reilly and Hugh Thomas's wife they had an affair. A few weeks later, Hugh Thomas was found dead.
Step to the right one.
Oh, sorry. And the description of the killer was close to the description of Sidney. At this point, Sidney Goldenblum. There was, however, no investigation done after this crime, and this might mean he was already working. This was part of a mission for Scotland Yard. Afterwards he married Margaret Thomas, the wife of Hugh Thomas, and he got a new identity without any official application. So this also seems like something he would get to do as a spy for Scotland Yard. Great deeds. One of his great deeds is that he went to a Frankfurt International Air Show, where he dressed up as a pilot, together with one officer from the ICC, and he tried to steal the plans for a magneto. A magneto was a part of an engine, which could be used in planes, for example. They stole the magneto out of the plane before it went out of the hangar, and they drew it. And as they placed it back, something must have gone wrong because later that day the plane crashed. But they did get the plans for the magneto.
One of his other great deeds was spying on a Russian naval base. Sidney moved to Port Arthur, where he was watching all the assets of the Russian naval, while being undercover as a manager of a Danish timber company. He bought the assets of the company with the money of his wife, which he married before. His death. In 1925, Sidney returned to Russia because he wanted to help his friends, which he believed were still alive. While on his journey, he got arrested in Moscow and got interrogated for around a month. After that, Stalin gave the order to execute him at 5 November 1925. And the execution is believed to be done by Abisalov and Cyril. I don't know it. I can't speak Russian, I'm
this
sorry.
Name.
Yeah, exactly. And how the Russians knew where he was probably because of Ernest Boyce. Ernest Boyce was a double agent who collected data about British spies and sold them to Russia. So he probably ratted him out. Legacy. Sidney collected a lot of information about Russia for Britain, but also about some other companies and countries.
This was of course great in preparation of World War I, which was coming up right after his death. So it wasn't done to prepare for World War I, but it must have helped.